Are you finding it challenging managing and reading employees working remotely or working from home, as we call it here? You're not alone. Although remote work has become more popular due to COVID-19, most of us weren't prepared for the change. What are some of the specific steps that you can take as a manager to improve the engagement and productivity of your employees who are working from home? First, it's important to understand the common challenges that come from working remotely. These challenges range from isolation, in the sense that employees are no longer having face-to-face interaction with colleagues, to managing distractions from the environment. And don't forget the lack of one-on-one support from their supervisors and managers. So, how can you as a manager support your remote workers? Here are my top tips. Tip number 1 is for you to have regular structured check-ins with your team. Regular check-ins will help you to remain in touch with your employees and address their concerns in a timely manner. Another strategy you can apply is to establish multiple communication channels. In supporting employees working from home, email is not enough. You have to incorporate other communication channels such as video calls via Zoom, text, and even WhatsApp calls. This calls for you to be flexible. And flexibility means you have to be patient, as we all know that technology is not perfect and does fail now and then. When technology fails, please don't take out your frustration on your staff. Creating opportunities for social interaction is another great strategy in keeping the team morale high and engaging your staff. One of the most essential steps you can take as a manager is to structure ways for employees to interact socially. That is, having informal conversation and chats about non-work topics while working remotely. And the easiest way to establish some basic social interaction is to leave some time at the beginning of team meetings just for non-work items. I also know of companies that have been holding online birthday celebration, and this has contributed to the team feeling as one despite the distance. My fourth tip for you is focus on outcomes, not activity. What do I mean? It's not possible to manage every aspect of the work done by a remote team. For what it's worth, you shouldn't be trying to manage every aspect of your team's work. Instead of focusing on activity or hours worked, focus on the outcomes and measure your team accordingly. For now, your team, I know the employment contract reads that they're supposed to be working for 8 hours, but it doesn't mean that if they're working remotely, you micromanage them to the extent of seeing what are they doing on an hourly basis. And lastly, remember to offer ongoing encouragement and emotional support. It is important for you to acknowledge stress, listen to employees' anxieties and concerns, and empathize with their struggles. If you sense that an employee is struggling, but he or she is not communicating, even a general question such as, "How do you feel working from home?" can elicit important information that you might not otherwise hear if you hadn't asked. Let the employee's concern or concerns, rather than your own, be the focus of this conversation. Leading a team working from home can be a challenge, but it can also bring great opportunities if we adapt. Hence, take time to stay connected with the employees by checking in with them about work and life. Many of us may be working remotely unexpectedly, but this will definitely become part of our new normal. If you want to be an effective leader, you've got to know how to read remote teams.